Knowing whether an investment trend is up or down can potentially help us to make money by sticking with an investment that is trending up and limit the potential for loss when an investment begins to trend down. In this video, we'll look at one of the methods we use to keep track of investment trends. Now, investment prices go up or down because there are buyers and sellers in the market. When there are more buyers than sellers, prices usually go up. And when there are more sellers than buyers, prices usually go down. This is the fundamental economic rule of supply and demand. One way of keeping track of changing prices is to average prices over time. As an example, let's say that we decided to average prices over a 10-day period of time. We would have prices for 10 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now each day that would go by, there would be a new price that was added. And an old price would fall off. And then the next day would get added. And again, the oldest day would fall out of the average. And a new day would be added, and the oldest day would fall out of the average. And in that way, we would be doing something called a moving average because each day the average price would move forward. Now, when buyers begin to push prices higher, then the average price would start to improve. And when sellers begin to push prices lower, then the average price would begin to weaken. So now that we have an average, we could compare the 10-day average to a longer period of time, say 30 days. That comparison can help us to see whether a trend is moving up or down. In this example, if the 10-day average is greater than the 30-day average, then we could conclude the trend is up. And if the 10-day average is less than the 30-day average, we could conclude that the trend is down. To make an easily readable chart, we condense this comparison into a single line. Prices always fluctuate up and down. But as long as the shorter-term average stays above that longer-term average, then the line stays above zero, and we conclude the trend is up. If the shorter-term average drops below the longer-term average, then the line goes below zero, and a downward trend begins. One major goal of WDC advised portfolios is to work at growing wealth by holding investments that are in uptrends and limit the amount of time that we hold investments that are in downtrends. Click the Schedule Meeting button to request an appointment to talk with us about whether our business model and approach are a good fit for your investment portfolio and goals.